Hello everyone and welcome back to the King's Guards channel fan account. So I've just arrived in St James's Park. Now there's a police van right next to me, hence Harry, that's Prince Harry, is on his way to see King Charles. Now apparently from photographic evidence from a helicopter that his motorcade is now on his way to Clarence House to visit the King, as Harry has flown in from California after last night's breaking news about King Charles being diagnosed with cancer. Now obviously with that news, Prince Harry has decided to make his way back to the UK and visit King Charles. Now, you can tell King Charles is in residence as we're looking at Clarence House right now, just off the Mall, and the Royal Standard just through those trees there is flying high. That means that King Charles is indeed here. Now we're going to take a quick swing by Buckingham Palace and to see if there's any movement going on up here. Now I have just quickly seen the King's car parked stationary down the side of Clarence House, so something is definitely happening soon, and that police van that we just walked past has decided to move on ahead towards the palace. So come with me as I take you around and to show you everything as it unfolds. So there's I think that's an ambulance in the distance. So we're really keeping our eyes peeled for Prince Harry's motorcade. So by the looks of it online, it's made up of 4 vehicles: police car, tactical support unit, Prince Harry, and another police car. Now there's loads of press here, loads of paparazzi. Look at the size of that lens right there. So everyone is waiting for Prince Harry to arrive. There's absolutely tons of paparazzi right now. Look at the cameras. They're stood in the middle of the road. And of course there's loads of news outlets doing live coverage right now as we speak, talking about the breaking news that we all heard yesterday. Now it looks like they might travel in from this direction as they're coming from southwest. Prince Harry landed in at Heathrow at around midday, and apparently he's travelling in now towards Clarence House. And it really could be any moment now, because all the press are at the ready. There's definitely extra security around. And all the cameras here as well are facing this direction. Now I'm just wondering whether to cross the road and get closer to Clarence House, because they might wrap around the front and enter the back. So you can see there's news presenters already giving coverage. I really think there's going to be some movement soon. Got all the press folks, look at that, they're all ready. Now it's just depending what side. Now assuming that they come via or past Buckingham Palace, this would be the direction of travel. Now there's a small chance that they could be coming from the other direction, which is via Trafalgar Square, but it is a lot busier that direction, so the chances are it will be this way. Now it really is just a waiting game right now. It's possibly only a few minutes out. And this is going to be quite an unbelievable thing to witness. Now, if we just take a moment, so we have people on the lookout here. Have loads of paparazzi right here. And essentially they're standing there so they can get really close to the vehicle as it passes by. And yeah, we can see here the Royal Standard is flying high for King Charles. Obviously the recent breaking news of King Charles being diagnosed with cancer has definitely shocked the nation, and if not shocked the best part of the world. Police, paparazzi, and the Mall with Buckingham Palace just behind. So we're looking for a police car, possibly a Volvo police car with two Range Rovers right behind, followed by another police car. Now we assume that they're stopping for traffic lights as they are not being escorted by the SEG, which is the police. It's the motorbikes that stop all traffic in advance to let the Royal Motorcade pass easily through traffic. Now, they're not being escorted by the SEG, so the chances are they are still stopping at red traffic lights. In the far distance, I can see police on horseback. Wouldn't that be an entrance? Who's escorted on horseback? So this is obviously such a big deal with everything that's been going on lately, even the last few years with the royal family. They've been in the media a lot lately for many different reasons. I see another police truck or van, a riot van, approaching Clarence House actually, turning right. So there's definitely definitely some movement happening very, very soon. I can't quite imagine what it's going to be like when he passes through. I'm sure all the cameras will turn instantly onto the motorcade, and all the paparazzi will try and get a photograph of him. But the understanding of which we all know at the moment is that he has landed in Heathrow Airport about an hour ago. So he'll be swiftly leaving there and on his way to Zone 1 in central London. Now all the press and the news outlets are still here. I really don't remember the last time it looked like this. Now obviously there was a big build-up for the coronation last year. However, this has come out of the blue. So there really is a lot of anticipation in the air. Everyone is essentially winging it, as no one really knows what's going on. It's obviously all very confidential. But there's one thing I can say right now, is there's quite a lot of tension in the air, in the atmosphere. So we have two gentlemen here looking extremely dapper. They are probably off to Wellington Barracks. Look how incredibly smart they look. Now that's quite a rare sighting, didn't expect to see them. I could imagine on a very busy sunny day that these two gents would be asked for many photographs. So over my right shoulder, oh, we have Secret Service in this car I've just seen. They're doing a quick scout, and we have police on horseback. There's a lot going on right now. It's all very undercover, but if you look carefully you can spot it. So I assume these police horses will be stationary outside Clarence House for Prince Harry's arrival, because it's probably going to cause quite a scene, and maybe many members of public will want to get a glimpse of him, or at least see what's going on. The press are still on standby. They're at the ready. It really could be any minute now. Now, seeing that we've just seen a unmarked vehicle assess the area, then that definitely gives us an indication that something is about to happen. Yep, so those police horses have just indeed arrived to the entrance of Clarence House. So that's another sign that things are about to happen. Look at the size of that lens. That is a huge paparazzi lens. The optical view on that must be quite far indeed. Now, as soon as we see a police car with 2 SUVs behind it, Range Rovers, then we know that that will be Prince Harry. Now, there's also quite a lot of other people just waiting. So for those that don't know much about where Buckingham Palace is, well, we are in the heart of Westminster, SW1, Southwest 1, just off St James's Park. And I'm currently stood on the Mall, which is the big red road that's in front of us. It stretches all the way up to Trafalgar Square down there. Now, I'm not too sure how long this road is, but leave me a comment in the comment box below if you know how long the Mall is. Is it 1 mile long? How long is the Mall? Also, let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to know where our audience is tuning in from. We have an incredible amount of subscribers, of just over 230,000 subscribers. We appreciate each and every one of you. Now, can I hear some sirens down there? I hear something in the background. Now that could be an indication that something is happening. So there really is a lot of anticipation building up now. The atmosphere is quite intense, hence all the news presenters and news reporters, paparazzi, press, everyone is out. And again, Buckingham Palace released a statement yesterday evening, 6 p.m. UK time, that unfortunately, very sadly, King Charles was diagnosed with cancer. And we are now expecting the arrival of Prince Harry to come and visit his father. So we've already seen police vans, we've seen police horses, we have press, paparazzi, we've also seen an undercover unit as well. And we've seen evidence online that Harry has arrived. So it really is just round the corner that he is to be in the area to visit his father at Clarence House very soon. Now, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really does help, and let this video reach further and let other people like yourselves also enjoy it. So I'd really appreciate that if you could hit the like button. And if you've not subscribed, then make sure you're subscribed for more updates. So in my opinion, from everything I've seen at the moment, the motorcade will come from this direction. I believe that is Wellington Arch down there. And I think they will pass right in front of us in this direction and be escorted up to the entrance of Clarence House. Now, there are 2 or 3 police units up there as well, and I can see there is more paparazzi. Again, the flag is flying high. The royal standard, let's say, is flying high for King Charles. And right down in the distance there as well, I can see just behind those flashing lights of the police unit down there, there's also 2 police officers on bicycles. And there must be a tremendous amount of undercover police activity as well in this area. Obviously, high security is really needed and super important. But I think they do a really good job of making this place feel accessible and safe, which is the most important thing. Classic view right there. A black cab in front of Buckingham Palace. Again, let me know where you're tuning in from. Have you been to London before? Or is this video giving you a great insight of Buckingham Palace itself and the surrounding area? And I really want you to enjoy this video and see it from a POV style. So it's literally like you're here yourself, giving behind the scenes footage and really just showing you what things are like as they unfold in real time. Now these police officers are just keeping an eye on everything. So the police officers the press have just crossed the road to the other side. Now that's either a tip-off that Prince Harry is on the left-hand side of the car as it drives towards their direction, or they've been asked by the police to not stand in the middle of the road. I think it's that one. Police just showing their presence. The amazing thing about filming is I can bring you guys that are watching today on a journey. I can show you the surrounding area. The thing with photography, as much as it's great also, it's a snippet of time. They have one moment to get it right. And I believe that filming and documenting the scenario is much more enjoyable because you can see it all unfold, and you never quite know what you're going to get. So in this way, being in the moment really does allow you to see what it's like in real life. So I'm just pointing the camera this direction just so you can actually see all the folks that are working for the news, for the TV outlets. Now, this person right in the middle there, the man with the suit on, he could be presenting anywhere to the world, because right behind him is a van with possibly a satellite dish or some sort of connectivity so they can live stream to the HQ and then they can distribute it anywhere. Now we have a SEG right there, a motorbike, police motorbike. That's quite interesting. So whether they have radio communication that Prince Harry is in the immediate area and this officer is off to clear the road, then I'm not too sure, but he is most likely been told in advance to go to a certain part of London and make it clear. Now this is quite unusual. So in a typical royal motorcade, you will have lots of motorbikes surrounding the motorcade and essentially clearing the way. So the motorcade, which is, or the convoy, let's say, can have a clear route, so they never have to stop for a red light or stop for other traffic. But from photo evidence of Harry's arrival at London Heathrow Airport, there weren't any motorbikes, so it's difficult to clear the road in advance without them. But that is a good sign and a very important one indeed. So the press are back in the middle of the road. They clearly weren't told by the police to to move. But again, they are stood right in the middle of this busy 4-lane road. Traffic coming from both directions, 2 lanes one way, 2 lanes the other way. So, right in the far distance there, I can see a police motorbike. I'm not sure if you just caught that glimpse. Just behind this white truck, there we go, there's a police motorbike just waiting. Now, that is likely to be the fella on the motorbike that we saw just a moment ago. And he's, oh, we have, no, that's not. Still at the distance, the police motorbike is there. So that is even more confirmation that Prince Harry's motorcade is going to come from this direction. Now there are 4 cars altogether apparently in the convoy. 2 police cars and 2 Range Rovers. Now, which one will he be in is the question. You can get this sense that everyone is looking at one another to see if they see a glimpse of Prince Harry's motorcade arriving, so they can quickly get ready to take pictures. It's obviously a super confidential route, but it's either one way or the other way. So 50-50 of the direction, but having a motorbike up there does give us a indication that it's coming from this direction. And all the news outlets are facing the same way. Ooh, look what we have here. We have horse and carriage. Now that's just magnificent. Now that is a wonderful scene. That horse and carriage has probably just come from the Royal Mews, and it's most likely to turn left right now into Buckingham Palace. Now I'm not too sure what that horse and carriage is for, so if you do know, please let me and everyone else know in the comment box below what it is. Is it a delivery service for goods or mail, or is it a delivery, or is it carrying people to and from the palace? The motorbike is still parked right up there in the centre of that lane. You can see in the high-vis jacket. Now, everyone really is getting ready now for Prince Harry to arrive. When we see that motorbike move forward, there's a high chance that the motorcade will be just behind that motorbike. It most likely will flash its lights. Now, I'm not too sure why that police van is just idling over there. Another support unit. Again, we're just outside of Buckingham Palace, waiting for Prince Harry to arrive, as he's just flown in from California after hearing the very sad news that unfortunately King Charles has been diagnosed with cancer. The horse and carriage is back. Who have they picked up? Let's try and see. So that horse and carriage is coming towards us, which is quite a nice view. Stunning horses. Now, is anyone in there? Let's have a look. Is it Harry? No, it's not. But that is a sight, an incredible sight. Incredibly, that's quite a rare thing to see, actually. Now, some of the paparazzi are on phones, telephones, so maybe getting a small tip off that something is happening. Again, if I zoom right down to the centre there, that is where the motorbike is still stationary in advance for Prince Harry's arrival. So Clarence House is literally 200 or 300 metres behind me. It's just this direction. And it is right there. That is the entrance to Clarence House. Now, as you can see, there are more police units stationed outside the entrance. So there is definitely something about to happen. But obviously, with all things as private and confidential as this, the best thing is to get here early. But in my opinion, we've got here just at the right time to watch everything unfold and to really witness it as it happens. Also, let me know what you think about Harry, that's Prince Harry, being back in the UK. Who's he travelled with? Has he come over solo, straight from California, or has he come over with his family? Let's get a discussion going in the comments below, talk with one another. So just to the left, the gate is open at Buckingham Palace, with armed officers to the right, and in the high vis, Met Police. So that motorbike in the far distance, if you haven't quite noticed yet, right in the center of the frame, right now, you can see the motorbike in the high-vis jacket just waiting in the center of the road. And that right there is most likely where Prince Harry will drive from. And the reason why I say that is because this motorbike, when it passed by about 10 minutes ago, it was travelling from Clarence House. And then I assume that the convoy itself will travel back on the same route, back down the centre of that road right there, come right here, so we're going to get a really good view, pass right in front of us, and then carry on right up there and turn left, and then hopefully, press is still here, hopefully I will follow up to the entrance so we can get a good view from the beginning to the end. So we are looking for a police car followed by a Range Rover, probably a Range Rover Discovery, and then followed by another Range Rover, and then another police car. So we're looking for 4 vehicles. And it really should be any moment, as there's a lot of police presence around. Also, the arrival of Prince Harry at this time of day is highly likely because it's relatively quiet for London at the moment. Okay, you can see a lot of traffic here, but when it's rush hour, in a few hours' time, it will be almost near impossible to travel through. So I see some thing going on up there, but I'm not too sure what I see in terms of if it's Prince Harry or not. Let's just have a little look. So there is also, to my left shoulder, a helicopter. Which is another sign that possibly a news channel is following the motorcade with its aerial camera. Now there's a police van coming towards us. I'm not too sure what's going on, but for some reason they need to get through here quickly and swiftly. Metropolitan Police right there, rapidly speeding through the Mall. Now that helicopter is just above the Mall. That's an incredible view right there. Now, what helicopter is this? Is this a royal helicopter? Is it maroon? I think it might be. Wow, I've never seen that before. A helicopter straight above my head, right across the street. That is fascinating. That right there is a rare sighting. It's literally above Buckingham Palace right now. Look at that. Wow. Now, who is in that? That is literally landing right in the back of Buckingham Palace, in the back garden of Buckingham Palace right now as we speak. That's incredible. Now that's an entrance. Who is in that helicopter that just came all the way from the Mall all the way down, and I can hear it's really loud now. Over in the background, it's probably just landing. I've never seen that in my life. Absolutely incredible. A helicopter just flew down the Mall, over my head, and into Buckingham Palace, into the back garden of Buckingham Palace. The royal standard is flying high for King Charles. Wow, wow, wow. And as that helicopter flew over, in my peripheral vision, I could also see lots of police vans and units travelling on the road. So there was a lot of activity just then. Now, has that helicopter arrived with someone in, or has it come to pick someone up? So there's a big chance we're going to see that helicopter come out of Buckingham Palace anytime soon. But one good thing, we will know because we will hear it. Okay, so to the right, and more police. There we go. We can see that police are there for members of the public if it gets busy. And that's just the entrance to Clarence House. So it really is building up now. The tension and the atmosphere is second to none. Prince Harry is arriving to the UK from California after the sad news of his father being diagnosed with cancer. It's unbelievable, actually, if you really think about it. So down there we have the horse and carriage. They are on their way back. Now there's so much activity happening right now, like I can't quite believe my eyes. There's so much. From police cars to officers on bicycles, police horses, horse and carriage, helicopters, motorbikes, you name it, everything is happening today. See if there's anyone in this carriage. Yep, there is. Now, who is this? Anyone know? There are two people. Wow. Isn't that incredible? Now that's a good view. Who are they? What a way to travel London, eh? So we've just had the helicopter land in Buckingham Palace. Now, has someone of importance just landed at Buckingham Palace, or has that helicopter landed to pick somebody up? Now, I've never seen that before, so it's incredible that we can all see that. And I'm really glad that you're enjoying this video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because this is what it's about. Just going to get a little bit closer to the palace. Just you can see the royal balconies right there. Zoom up. But let's get back to our place where we were stood, because that is a fantastic view for any activity happening. Now, a small update. We have a police unit over there, so that will have more police officers to control that area. We have some press here, some paparazzi here, more people waiting, and news outlets. Presenting live. They will be here all day. They've probably been here all morning, and they'll be here until the sun sets. And then with those lights, they can keep presenting throughout the night. As I said earlier, that they will be live streaming to the rest of the world. Doesn't matter where you are. Okay, so we have a motorbike here spotted. It's an SEG right there. Now that looks like the same fella we saw earlier on the motorbike. So the reason why I say that is because if I zoom back to the post where we saw him earlier, he's not to be seen. So I assume that was the same police officer. So what does that mean? He's done a full loop of the park, and he's now way down there. And way over there, you can see there's more press, more people waiting for Prince Harry's arrival. And for some more glorious views, we still have some great, those two are smiling, that's fantastic. We've got a lovely view of the horse and carriage. So I'm going to take a quick walk over towards Clarence House just to show you exactly what's going on in the immediate area. So we've got press here. Again, they're waiting on the corner for the same direction that we're waiting for. But if you look over here, you can see there are more people waiting. And that, in fact, is where Prince Harry should be driving to. Highly likely, since there's so many police outside that entrance and exit. So just to remind everyone, we are looking out for a police car with 2 Range Rovers behind, followed by another police car. But in the meantime, we might also have another fantastic display of a helicopter leaving Buckingham Palace, because that was an incredible sighting. Came out of the blue, came out of nowhere, didn't expect that at all. And again, give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying yourselves. It could be any moment now. I know I've said that before, but it really could be. It's one of those things like you can't guarantee when it's going to happen, but when it does, it happens almost immediately. So being at the ready like we are right now is the way to be. And I'm keeping my eyes peeled for anything that looks slightly different, or any movement with the police. And for those that haven't been to the UK before or don't know London that well, Buckingham Palace is situated in SW1, that's Southwest 1. That's right. That's in central London. And we are in Westminster. Now we've got some police movement here, telling the traffic to move out their way. With more police officers inside. The sun has just come out, which is really nice. As we all know, the weather in the UK is fascinating. It's now sunny. It's been cloudy all day. And it changes hour by hour. That's one thing we can guarantee with the British weather. It will always be changing. You can be wearing a hat and shades, and then one moment you have to have an umbrella. So as I was saying before, that we are situated in SW1. Buckingham Palace is just off St James's Park. It's a glorious park in central London. It's not that big, so it's really nice to walk around. And then right next to St James's Park is Green Park. So there are two parks right next to each other. It can be quite confusing for those that aren't used to London to know which park they're actually in, as they're side by side almost. And just to show you very quickly, to the right here, just behind that wall, is Green Park. And then just spin around, and then to the left, just behind that wall, is St James's Park. So they really are side by side. So we have another motorbike here. I wonder where he's going, what he's up to. Is he gone to clear the road ahead? That officer is doing the rounds. So we're waiting for Prince Harry to arrive down the Mall. He's landed not that long ago into London Heathrow Airport. So there's a lot to be said right now that Harry is back in the UK, flying in from California. Again, we still have the press. If I just lean over and zoom down there, you can see paparazzi prepping their cameras. So we still know that he's not arrived, because that means, because with all the press still being here, that means there's been no sighting of him yet. So he is still on his way, and he really should be here very soon, because it doesn't take that long by car to leave London Heathrow Airport and arrive in Zone 1. Especially if you're being escorted by police cars. So the reason why I keep zooming in down there is because that's where I believe Prince Harry will be coming from. There's a very, very small chance that he will arrive from this direction, the left of the palace. Now, that car right there looks like Secret Service to me. Am I right? Am I wrong? There are two cars here. One with a Discovery, and one Range Rover. Now, these two cars look exactly like the ones on the photographs. Is Harry in this car? Is that Harry? Is he in this car? He is in that motorcade right there. That's Harry. We have literally just spotted him out of the blue. That has to be Harry. Wow, wow, wow. What a fantastic sighting. It went straight into Clarence House. I recognised that vehicle from the photographs, from the bird's eye view and other photographs that have been taken of his arrival at London Heathrow. And with the timings, it seems to all add up, and it turned left into Clarence House. Now, I was surprised to not see a police car with those two Range Rovers. However, maybe to keep it all discreet and not cause a fuss, that they did it very quietly. So without a doubt, that was Prince Harry arriving in at Clarence House to visit King Charles. And you can see right down there, that is the King's car parked. just there in the distance, that maroon Bentley is the King's car, and right in front of me is the press with all their cameras. So yeah, we just witnessed Harry arriving, we just witnessed Prince Harry arriving to Clarence House to come and see his father, King Charles. So those vehicles were blacked out, the windows were blacked out, but maybe in the silhouette we could see that it was Harry. Also, the fact that the press are still here waiting, it means that obviously he will be exiting sometime soon as well. That really is the nature of something like this. Like, I'm so incredibly glad that we were stood where we stood, filming from that direction. We got a really fantastic view of the motorcade, and they did indeed come from the left, which is why the position that we were stood in was fantastic, so we could switch it up at any moment, whether he was going to come down the main road or come down the side road. So there may possibly be more people arriving, as there are lots of police and armed officers right in front of us. And as I said, the helicopter arrived about 20 minutes ago into Buckingham Palace. Now, who was in that helicopter is the question. Will they be picked up by car now from Buckingham Palace and drive down to see King Charles at his residence at Clarence House? So there are quite a few of us here right now waiting. Paparazzi, filmographers and members of the public, seeing what's going on. This is an incredibly rare situation. Obviously, with the very sad news of yesterday, and with Prince Harry arriving back to the UK to visit his father. Now, the press are all looking at their footage to see if the paparazzi are looking at their footage to see if they've got any clear pictures of Harry himself. And again, if you really like this video, then make sure that you give it a thumbs up and share and subscribe. So there have been lots going on this afternoon, and that right there was Prince Harry arriving to Clarence House. Now, there's still one question that's been unanswered, and it is who was in that helicopter that flew down? It flew up and over and down the Mall, straight into Buckingham Palace, right into the garden. That was an incredible sighting. Okay, everyone, so for the time being, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. It's been great to have you on board. And again, if you wish to support this channel more than just watching the videos, but joining as a member, then you can find the link in the description below. and I will see you very soon for more updates.